All right. Big homie CC, how's it going?
Going good, going good. We back at it. How you feel?
Back at it, man. Feeling good. Staying busy, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you doing your thing, man. You got a lot going on, man. A lot of movie type stuff, a little bit of acting and everything going on, man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for paying attention, man. Like I said, you the one help me kick it all off. It's going down.
Man, I love to see it. I love to see it, man. Well, thought we would start off with, some kind of a little bit of like, what? Like kind of news, man, is Dwight Howard, from what I understand, kind of tried to confront you
Right.
about some things you said about him.
Yeah, it's just catching traction, bro. People paying attention to what's going on. Just so happened the day he jumped in my inbox, he was going back and forth with Shaq that day. Shaq been getting on his bumper heavily. And I guess he kind of felt a little courageous that day. You feel me? He was just like, you know what? He gonna try to stand on some business. We had a little brief conversation. I told him leave it be. You know what I'm saying? Because I know about him. And he left it at that. I showed you the screenshots. You feel me? You see the information. So, like I said, bro, like in order to get my initial message out, some people had to get thrown under the bus. You feel me? It is what it is. There's so many people in my inbox claiming that he victimized them. Former teammates of his in my inbox telling me weird stories about him. And, I told him enjoy his marriage. You feel me? Enjoy his new marriage. Enjoy his life and just leave it be. You feel me? I don't be speaking about him all the time, but it is what it is.
Let me just say, I messed up the headline. Okay. The headline says Dwight Howard was at a Diddy party in a pink dress, okay? That's not what you said.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
You said a party.
For sure.
Okay. Not a Diddy party. So let's clear that up right now, man. It wasn't a Diddy party, but you're saying it was a party and he was in a pink dress. So in the DMs, the craziest thing I found out, he denied being at a Diddy party, which was fine.
Right.
But he didn't deny being in a pink dress.
He didn't deny that because he know he can't deny that. And then he didn't deny what I said about him in Mexico either. Remember that part when I said actually about him in Mexico? He didn't deny anything. And once I told him, look, bro, I told him why he not in the league right now. It's because of his own actions. I told him leave it be. And he left it be.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should just own who he is, man. Nobody. The only reason why people care is because he's not owning it.
For sure.
If he just owned it and was himself, bro, like I got nothing against him doing those things. Unless he's, doing some other stuff or trying to force people to do things, that'd be different. But if he's just doing normal, stuff like that, man, I nobody cares. I don't care. And I don't think anybody else really cares. He just be himself, man.
Yeah, like the whole term zest monster is people who trying to force things on other people and try to coerce them into doing things they don't want to do. That's a zest monster. You feel me? You living in your truth, you living peacefully, do your thing. But like I said, you got 2 7-foot tall, swole dudes in the room trying actually to see your meat is gonna get crazy. You gonna be scared. You feel me? So
Yeah.
You know how this go, man. You know how this go. They people gotta have some accountability for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty intimidating, so he's
large,
pretty big, man. So I could see him intimidating some people for sure.
The large frame guy. You say he's pretty big. Pause. See, we gotta understand something. When you
Double
first
pause, bro.
When
Double
you first
pause.
start studying zestology and all of these type of zestivities, you realize certain things. Like they never really want to own up to stuff. Like he was saying in the video, what he do in his bedroom is his business. Now, it's all good till somebody want to take you to court for it. Then it's not just his business. You know what I'm saying?
Because he has been Was sued, right? He's been
Yes,
sued,
sir.
or
He got sued for sure.
yeah. So
And the little guy, Steph Harper, you know, he in my inbox telling me all he been threatening them and all type of stuff. And it's just like, man, I hope he ain't think he was gonna threaten me, because I was gonna call him and ask him, like, look, boy, you want to link up and fight or something? Like, what's the problem? What we gonna do? You know, because I'm not them. You feel me? I'm not them people. You feel me? It can get crazy for you.
all right, so this is kind of like some wild, like I didn't really this news kind of came out of left field. I ain't expect nothing like this to happen, man. But
What
a
happened?
couple weeks ago, Joe Budden was charged with lewdness.
Damn.
According to the police report, the doorbell camera allegedly captured a naked Joe Budden repeatedly attempting to enter a code into a neighbor's door keypad before turning to his own apartment across the hall. It says they were watching the whole thing live on their phone.
Okay, so did he come out and say he was sleepwalking?
Yes, he did.
What you think about that? You think he was sleepwalking?
Man, the thing is, like Joe Budden, he don't have no priors of doing no weird.
Nope.
So, I would probably say he probably was sleepwalking. He don't have no priors of doing no weird.
So he slept walked outside the crib, into the hallway, moved around. So he ended up putting in the code wrong and then going back to his spot?
Yep.
It sounds like, he might have been partying real hard that night before. You feel me? Ended up in the hallway. You got to be careful out here, man. You got to be more careful, because you don't want to be stupid, man. It's real easy to end up a stupid man with a stupid plan now, because everybody got them Ring cameras. We in a surveillance age. You feel me? Next thing you know, you getting charged with lewd behavior. That's crazy. Completely naked is wild. But that's why I don't ever believe in sleeping naked, bro. Because, you might have to wake up and defend yourself. You might end up sleepwalking. The building might catch on fire. And you running around free balling. It's going to get ugly for you. Shout out Joe Budden, man. Shout out Joe Budden.
I don't think it's a good idea to sleep naked for the reasons there's a list of reasons why it's not a good idea. I think Joe Budden just proved why you should never sleep naked.
You don't want to sleep naked, bro. And then trying to go to somebody else's crib, free balling is wild. Like, damn.
I think he lives in like an apartment type of complex type of thing.
Condo building, something like that.
Condo building, something. So
security in the office watching the cameras, like, look at Joe. They got that footage on repeat. They probably just sold it to TMZ already.
Oh, man.
TMZ done already bought that footage. Oh, that might hit the net. Got to be more careful.
Well, good news for him. He was never arrested. And I guess it's well documented, his medical condition, sleepwalking. And that he has a long public history of sleepwalking. So, I mean, luckily for him, it looks like it's going to be relatively minor for him.
Shout out Joe Budden, man. He got he got a legendary mixtape series. What is this mixtape series called? I forget the name, man. So much going on. That was years ago, too. Shout out Joe Budden, though.
For sure.
That's crazy, though, man. Was his neighbor a girl?
I think it was a family, dog.
Oh, no. The shorty's coming out seeing Joe free ball on the Ring camera?
I think it was a family, bro.
Bro, them pictures sold already. Unless he didn't pay some cheese to get it disclosed. Damn. Don't sleep naked, especially if you're a chronic sleepwalker.
What'd you think about Ray J saying he's suicidal?
First and foremost, suicide is not funny. Mental health is real. But you know, Ray J going through a lot. You know, whenever the biggest female rapper probably in history goes, get you on live and asks you to come out the closet, that can put some stress in your life. You know, you got you got the zestiest family in history. You know, you got the Combs sons coming for him. They trying to gangbang with him. Pause. You feel me? Let's be careful how we use our terminologies here. You know, then he getting slapped by the dude from Zeus. You feel me? It's ugly right now for my boy. Shout out Ray J though, you know. You saw that video of Nicki asking him to come out the closet?
I did see that. That was crazy.
What you feel about that?
I feel like maybe she knows some shit we don't know.
She definitely know. A lot of people know. That's the thing. That's the whole thing. That's why when News Nation pulled the little play they tried to pull with me, I'm looking like, hold on, man. I see. Y'all all in cahoots. Y'all got it, though. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to get back to doing what I do. You know, we trying to help the community, bring people back, man. Like, and my thing is, I just wanted to bring attention to that. It worked. It worked, you know. Shout out Genius Films, you feel me? Shout out Austin Rudin, shout out Brian Cooper, you feel me? We got a whole series of retrievals getting filmed. We got a full cinematic version with the reality version, you feel me? Full motion picture getting filmed. I'm filming 12 hours a day. Tired, you know what I'm saying? Grinding with the whole team. You feel me? Shout out my boy Ro, you know, shout out everybody involved. You know, it's up right now, you feel me? And thanks again for you giving me the opportunity to go ahead and spread this awareness, you feel me? I just wanted to raise situational awareness, raise the thought level in my community, and push forward, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's what's up. I'm glad I could help, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Most
sir.
definitely, man. Well, you mentioned Ray J getting slapped by the guy from Zeus. Do you know what happened with that?
Well, you know, apparently they was having a little confrontation outside of a spot. I believe it was over like competitive reasons and some disagreements they was having about their show. And dude reached out and slapped him. Dude reached out and slapped him. If a grown man slap you, he don't got no respect for you.
Damn, they did a lot of business together though, right? Like Ray J has been he's worked with Zeus a lot.
But you know, Ray J is showing the signs of a person who is battling some form of drug addiction, some sort of addiction. You feel me? Because oftentimes what I've seen working with entertainers and stuff like that, they become suicidal because when you living with a constant drug addiction, you create a false reality that you living in. And certain drugs drastically raise your dopamine levels. And when you taper off of that, drops it down, which causes depression. You know, just how they say people who smoke weed heavily creates the onset of schizophrenia. Just like people who have opioid addictions, a lot of those people end up committing suicide. And you know, we see with entertainers all the time that they battle mental health. We just seen Lil Baby say he was pretty much depressed over a little period of time. We see Sada Baby say this. We seen Robin Williams commit suicide. You know, we see deaths from suicide a lot that's triggered by depression. And I feel like drugs play a heavy role in that. To be aware is to be alive, you know.
Yeah, man. That's definitely going to contribute to some mental health problems, especially when you try to get off of that. And, you know, some of these guys, they've been on drugs for years.
For years. And then the drugs, the chemical compounds change, you know, especially with China being involved and like all of these different chemicals and pills coming out. You know, people not using a test kit on this stuff. You know, they finding bags of weed testing positive for fentanyl. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, I always stress, man, situational awareness. You can get a test kit off Amazon for like $40. Run
What's
that.
the test for fentanyl?
You can test whatever your guilty pleasure is. That Amazon test kit will show you exactly what type of chemicals you putting into your body. You know, you don't have to do things blindly. I just feel like a lot of people just don't do their homework. You feel me? Just like people hitting me up, oh, is what you do real? Who have you bodyguarded for? Look on my page. Go to my community posts. Thousands of views, thousands of likes. I'll make a post and people will say, what is this I'm watching? They scroll right past the caption. Because we in the TikTok era. That's why I hope they ban it. Because people have to read. If you want to hide something, you put it in the book. Put it in the caption. It's right there. Everybody hooked on this short form, 10-second videos. They don't want to read no more. It's wild, man. You taking drugs, you don't know what it is? What if it turn your eyeballs black? Look this up. People was taking colloidal silver, a vitamin, and it turned their skin blue and gray.
Damn.
Didn't read. Right on the package it said, go over this amount, it can affect your skin pigment. They ain't read it at all.
Have you seen the new Diddy evidence? The new stuff that Diddy's lawyer is coming out and saying.
In one of our previous interviews, I said that I seen some stills of some alleged freak off tapes. And the information that came out is they seen 8 other celebrities on these films. And they were saying that Cassie looked like a willing participant and she was in control and all of that type of stuff. But she already settled with him for $30 million. That's a typical lawyer spin tactic. They not gonna play the video on evening news. And like I told everybody, the closer we get to that trial coming in May, things are gonna start to come out because we haven't seen his lawyer group do anything to try to clean up his image. We haven't seen it. Nobody has seen anything. And the first thing they come with is to say, she looked like a willing participant and she already acknowledged she was heavily drugged up. These boys don't got no monkey on their back. They got a gorilla on their back. So no, bro grave. It's ugly.
So, did you hint to like maybe the Diddy's lawyer and Cassie, they might, because she paid him off, maybe she's just giving the good evidence over to make him look good?
No. What I'm saying is, we have not seen his lawyer team do anything to try to clean up his image. And then the first thing they do is they come out and they mention how Cassie looked like a willing participant after they already settled with her. That lets you know right there that, man, stupid man with the stupid plan. It's ugly. It's ugly right now. That's the first thing you do and you already settled with her for $30 million? Y'all wanna bring her back up and y'all know she's finna come testify?
Well, let me go over some of the key points. So his defense's key points and what they're saying is the tapes show consensual sex between Diddy and Cassie during their long-term relationship. Now, they're saying there's like 9 of these tapes. Okay, they're saying Cassie appeared happy, in control, and actively participated. They're saying the recordings do not involve orgies, minors, secret cameras, or violence, contrary to prosecutors' claims. So there's no evidence of drug use, coercion, or sex trafficking is present in the recordings. And Cassie is the one that they're saying turn these tapes over to the authorities.
Yeah, because them the ones that she can get a hold of. She can't get the other footage. That's what she had. that footage that she had right there was worth $30 million from him. They got an uphill battle.
Well, also, people might not understand, but when you have a case, the feds and the police, they have to turn over all the evidence. It's called exculpatory evidence. So even if there's evidence that could make you look innocent, you know what I'm saying? They got to turn that over. So this is probably part of that also.
Right. But he was arrested with drugs. He was arrested with defaced firearms. And then, allegedly, they flew an underage minor across state lines and people paid him to have sex with her. That's just one element of this case. And for them to speak about this with somebody who already settled, to me, that speaks volumes, because we have not seen no campaign to clean up his image. The Tory Lanez case, they had his son hanging on his back. They got all of that in the footage to make him look like a father. And we don't see any of those type of things. All we is hearing is they speaking back on Cassie, which is crazy. Like, to me, that's crazy. It don't matter if she looked like a willing participant. She turned over this footage. They got other evidence. They came out and said they have Combs on camera sexually assaulting a male sex worker, and they've been working to identify him. Look up the tapes that the male sex worker turned over to the feds. They doing a bad job.
I'm still waiting to see the RICO. Like, I'm still not understanding the whole RICO situation. Like, where's everybody else that's supposed to be involved in this RICO?
Think about this. The guy who got arrested on the private plane, the drug mule, the former basketball player, where's he at? He's out of jail, charges dropped. What does that mean?
Did the charges get dropped?
That's what I heard. And don't forget, we called the hotline. So it ain't no telling who all called that hotline. They got to look into all of that. And after we got off, they called me back like 5 days in a row.
Okay, yes, it's saying right here that they dropped the charges.
So what does that mean? You get caught with cocaine, ecstasy, heroin, Tusi, and charges drop. You know what's going on. He's spilling the beans. He probably got his cakes took.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. They were on a plane. There's no way you get those charges just dropped.
Those dropped.
No way, bro. No way. Wow.
That should speak volumes right there, bro. And then the first thing they do, this is like the first public statement they made in months. Talking about Cassie, bro. She already got 30 million. Crazy. On the guys. Shout out Gam Capone, man. A real gooler, man.
Gam Capone.
My boy Gam.
Shout out to Dugar.
Shout out my boy Big Dugar.
Giving me the extra nickname.
Yes, sir. Gam in the building.
Durk, we keep getting a little bit about the Durk situation, man. The feds came out as part of the discovery. Durk wanted his trial in January, but the feds came out and said, yeah, there's just no way you guys can prepare a defense because we have a shit ton of evidence. What is it, 240 gigabytes?
20,000 pages.
20,000 pages, audio, video, surveillance. They have a lot of stuff for them to go over, so they pushed it back to October.
So they pushed the trial back to October of 25.
Yes.
I think the entire situation is unfortunate. Like watching that situation is one of the main reasons why I don't respond or get involved with like these internet dorks Because like at the end of the day, you know, the internet is revenge of the nerds. So like this is the only place where the dorks can even speak to somebody like me. So that's why I don't get involved with all of that, because things can take a violent turn fast. And I know I'm being watched. You know what I'm saying? That's why in that footage of the threat assessment that I sent you, before we take on a client, we got to properly vet you. You know, certain authority figures.
We can get to that in a second, bro.
But hold on, but certain authority figures been trying to entrap us for years. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get certain surveillance for years. You got to prepare for these type of things. So for them to have 20,000 pages, that means his security have been compromised. It's been breached for a long time. For a long time. So now that he's behind bars, all of these other alleged murder for hire situations are coming out. Because the only way to prepare for the future, you have to study history. The moment Diddy got locked up, other people felt safe to come out. The moment Thug got locked up, other witnesses felt safe to come out. This is going to be repeat itself right here with this situation.
You know what got me, bro, was when it says surveillance. That's like, to me, bro, I'm thinking John Gotti type of shit. Like, they got a van down the street and they got his house bugged.
This is why I stopped working with rappers and athletes who want to be street, because hip hop police is real. They have subdivisions and task force for rappers, entertainers. In certain cities and states, they have a task force just for people from Chicago. They got a task force for people from Chicago in California, in Nevada, in Washington, in Florida, in Atlanta. These entities exist. And then look at it. A lot of his people, convicted felons, criminals. The law enforcement aspect is relevant when it comes to his entire circle. You gotta think about it. How can these guys afford to travel on private flights? I'm a person who travel on private planes. Usually, if you don't got a membership with JSX or Vaunt or NetJets, it's $12,000 one way. These guys, no taxable income, no W-2s that they can pull up. How they get in there? How they travel in there? Everything is, the text messages they showed saying, don't book nothing in my name. Look at the Young Thug case. How was they able to arrest him? Because that rental car that was used to kill Nut allegedly was booked with a YSL credit card. Same situation with this. The ski mask, the flights, the rental car was used with an OTF credit card. This is why I tell people, don't call me no street nigga. I'm cool. All I ever seen them do, die, go to jail, create broken homes, abandon children, poison the community, abuse females. The only people on the earth who can reproduce and create life, carry life. I'm cool. I've evolved past that. That's why when you operating on this type of level, you have to understand, if you make one mistake, you compromise security one time, bro, they'll watch you 7, 8 years. So they know they got you. This is bad. This is bad news for bro. I hate to see it. Because me and him on opposite sides of the spectrum, but we was always cool. You know, I don't wish bad on him or nothing like that. But look at that, bro. 20,000 pages, surveillance. When you start talking about terabytes, that's multiple hard drives of information. And if you got surveillance, that means whatever investigating agency is involved, they're spending hundreds of thousands to surveil you. It's all bad. It's ugly. It's an unfortunate situation for sure, man. Like the streets is a trick. If you get a chance to get out, get out.
I mean, it's looking like he threw it all away for Vaughn in that situation. You know, he's got another situation where these two dudes are accused of get back for D thing.
And then, you know, people would always say you can't use song lyrics in court and stuff like that. Yeah, they ignoring that, man. They using that. A group of guys in the UK just got 137 years because certain details in their music were critical details that only the killers would know, and detectives was able to correlate that, got him off the street. In Durk's music, he's speaking on a lot of things. He's speaking about avenging his brother's death a few times. Like that song Go, they took that song down. Too many details in that song.
Right after the Little Pop hit, they dropped an OTF album. Like, I don't know if you've seen Trap Lord Ross's documentary about Durk, but I mean, a lot of that documentary is a lot about the music and him breaking down the music and all the stuff that actually aligns with what happened. And that, you know, right after Little Pop was killed, you know, they released this album, which he does so much talking in there. It's crazy.
Because the music gets purchased more when people know that it's real. And, you know, I never met the guy, Trap Lord Ross, but shout out my boy Mafi down in Atlanta. They had booked Trap Lord Ross for an interview, and he was concerned for Trap Lord Ross's safety. He called me. He said, yeah, bro, what you would charge for security, bro? So let's say if I give you an interview and I want to pay you to be Trap Lord Ross's security, because he said that when people found out that Trap Lord Ross was coming to Atlanta, he said he was receiving death threats. He was saying a lot of people upset with Trap Lord Ross, people associated with Youngboy, associated with Durk, associated with other figures that he made videos about. So, you know, so for them to take those threats to be credible threats, you know, to properly mitigate risk, man, you know, I don't know if I didn't feel comfortable taking that job. You feel me? I gave him an exorbitant price because what it's going to take to adequately keep this person safe. Because, you know, it's of my belief that a lot of vloggers and YouTubers of European descent feel like no one is going to harm them. But, bro, I'm from Chicago. Zach TV murdered. A lot of vloggers murdered. The guy Chirac News, they shot him 10 times. It's a lot of Chicago people in Atlanta. So you got to be able to piece these parts together. You know, you can never underestimate the streets, bro. Like, a lot of people don't care about hell or jail. You know, if there's monetary value involved, if there's clout involved, bro, they gonna try to nail you. Facts.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Well, you know, some of the guys who are accused of being in on the Revenge for D thing, somebody in that case has been paid $12,000 and has been working with the FBI for 5 years and has provided reliable and accurate information about gang members on the south side of Chicago. You know, and they say this has been confirmed by law enforcement and used to prosecute individuals.
Now, when you hear stuff like that, when they mention they got 20,000 pages and they got all these terabytes of data, it can start to make sense now. Because where there's smoke, there's fire. That's not going to be the only person to turn state's evidence. And this is federal, correct?
Yep. Federal case.
And the FBI is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So, you know, they've been federal already. As soon as the FBI get involved, you've gone federal. And the thing with the FBI is people feel a lot more comfortable speaking to them because they don't record. You know, they not finna, because you know, the whole thing with Keefe D and Greg Kading is the one who secretly recorded his confession, which got him that proffer deal. The FBI didn't record that. Had Kading not recorded that, you know, some of this stuff never came out because Keefe D felt like Kading was profiting off his story. So he wanted to profit off his story, and it ended up getting him into this, in the situation that he's in right now. So, you know, the situation with Durk is a sticky move right now, bro. It's a sticky situation. It's unfortunate. I hate to see it. Look how many people's lives is ruined. He got 10 children, don't he?
A lot.
And then all of the guys on the case got kids. He gave Jam, I believe Diddy was the one who brought Jam. He got Durk to give him $50,000, got him a crib, all of that.
Right,
he in Arizona right now, and
Jam might be in jail right now in Arizona. That's what we're hearing. I don't know if there's any facts. I don't know if that's been proven to be fact yet, but that's a lot of people are saying that. I'm hearing that a lot.
And the FBI has unlimited resources, man. You feel me? Like, they don't pick up cases because, you know, they pick your name and they investigate. You know, it's just not random. They not just like, oh, let's just look into him. Nah, man. Like, with the Young Dolph case, law enforcement came out and said they leaned on social media to help them solve that case.
With Dolph, social media had that thing solved, I think, within a couple weeks.
With this situation, social media was whispering for a long time about who was involved. We seen podcasters come on and say, oh yeah, you can't say slide for Pop no more.
Vaughn. Right.
You can't say slide for Vaughn no more because of Lil Pop. Like all that type of stuff. You feel me? And then the hit unsuccessful. Quando Rondo in the car with his cousin and his sister.
That was kind of crazy. I don't really. Maybe they thought it was Quando. I don't know. You know, that's kind of you know, maybe they mistook him or something. You know, the whole thing is kind of weird because they followed him around for hours when they could have just got him in the car. Maybe they thought the car was bulletproof. That's why they waited till they went to the gas station to get out of the car. It's kind of unclear exactly, you know, allegedly anyway, if that's, you know, what happened.
I'm going to say this. Previously in this conversation, you mentioned how after this assassination, they dropped the OTF album.
Yep.
They knew after this, whatever music comes out was going to trend. If you leave Quando alive, then now you got somebody to continue to banter back and forth with, and then now you can continue to garner streams, garner notoriety, garner more attention, because now he's still here. So if he says anything, you can respond, and then if something happens to him and he ultimately meets his demise, you're going to make more money. You feel me? These guys have monetized murder powered by these big labels. It's a dirty game. Dark times we living in.
Okay, well, I wanted to jump to the latest Jay-Z stuff, man. I believe you were saying that Jay-Z used to lock in with your friend or somebody when he would come to Chicago?
Yeah, my older brother, Big Meech, man. Meechy D, rest in peace to him. He died from COVID. Long live my big brother. You know, so whenever he came to Chicago, like the photos and stuff I sent you, like whenever he had come to the city, he would tap in with Meech. You feel me? So like once they would tap in, you know, they had their own relationship. So, and I was warning people, like, look, you know, this ain't a normal guy. Like, this is not somebody you can just play with. I've seen several content creators with large followings get their TikTok pages took for saying Jay-Z's name. They tagged their page for misinformation. Page gone. 500,000 followers. 250,000 followers. Page is gone. And, you know, for the lawyer Busby to say that his private investigator teams following him around, going around to people, his acquaintances, trying to purchase information and dirt about him, you going up against a billionaire. Like, your law firm isn't as wealthy as this man and his wife. So, and a lot of the Jay-Z talk is quieted down. You notice that?
Right. She came out, she did that interview where she got caught in a bunch of lies.
This is going to happen when you're going against somebody that's at the upper echelon of society, bro. You feel me? This is not a guy who came from just strictly throwing parties, bro. You feel me? And being a dancer and being a middleman for rich guys with events. You know, this is a person who was deeply involved in the underworld. You know, to be able to reach a certain status, being in the narcotics business, you got to have a militant mind state and you got to be pretty smart. You know, if you listen to his lyrics, you know, in certain songs, he was challenging law enforcement. Like, yo, you want to search my trunk, you're going to need a warrant for that. You don't hear nobody saying that, man. They go on a high-speed chase. All high speed. They don't even know the law. They don't know anything. Information, knowledge is how you survive the test of time. It's not just bravado. It's just not using force. You know, you go on one high speed, you got to go on another one. But if you know the law, you put your seatbelt on, you drive the speed limit, it's a lot harder. You're not smoking weed in the car. It's a lot harder for them to have probable cause to search your vehicle. Instead of doing that, we can go on a chase, crash, kill people, shootouts, throwing guns and drugs out the window. Just nonsense, bro. Like, I really watched how labels would take morons, put money behind them, and change the culture. I remember when guys used to think in the street, bro. Not like that now. My big homies are not on YouTube, man. They don't have Instagram. You know, they was telling us we gotta have bulletproof this, bulletproof that. These guys don't have bulletproof nothing, but they got a switch. It's shooting everybody in the car. Oh, I make high speed music. But you going on a high speed because you don't have a registered firearm. You're not even a felon. Get you a registered firearm. Get your FOIA card. Get your CCW license. You don't gotta go on a high speed. Clown behavior, dork behavior, man. That's why I don't get involved in all of that. These guys on the internet want to clout chase. Y'all can have it, man. Y'all got it. I don't got nothing to tell you about it. Y'all got that. To see what I see, you gotta stand on top of the Empire State Building, on top of King Kong's shoulders, on your tippy toes to get where I'm at. They stuck on Clubhouse, man. I'm a movie star. They got it. Oh, now.
You did a lot of bodyguard club type work out in Chicago, right?
For sure, for sure.
Now, did you ever come across Jay-Z while doing that?
Definitely. So, I was head of security with this company called Safeguard Resources, owned by Don G. Shout out Don G. And there's a promoter named Susu44 on Instagram. Shout out Susu. Lumen was the spot. Thursday nights, the most lit spot in the city. Real exclusive, upscale. You know, we got a profiler at the door, a valet, you know, a real expensive coat check. All of the luxurious amenities you could want. So about a week ahead of time, my big brother Meech tell me, yeah, I think Hove's gonna come through. I'm like, come through where? Coming through our spot. We gotta be ready. Sure enough, about 5 days after he said that, we working. We get the information, we get the email, everybody telling us know what's finna go. They hosting an event hosted by Jay-Z. I forget what album it was, but when his security team showed up, bro, Like normally with security teams, everybody respect each other's house. Wasn't none of that. They pulled up armored vehicles, earpieces, Kevlar. We had stanchions set up in front of the door. Big dude came, moved it all out the way. Move this shit out the way right here. Why is this shit here? We look like, damn. Hold on, bro. We got our own setup. The owner, Joey Bartanian, said, let him do it. Pardon me. I forget the owner's name for that spot. The owner come out and say, let him do what he want to do. Let him do what he want to do. Bro, they come sweep the whole building. They sweep the building across the street. They sweep the parking lot. They had people on the roof across the street. We see the flashlights flashing. They pull up in an armored convoy before he even get there. So like once I saw that, I said, okay. You know, and his stoicism, like, you know, one song he did, he didn't need no prep, no sound check. It wasn't because a lot of time when rappers perform, they got the actual song playing and they basically just ad-libbing it. No, it was an instrumental playing and he rapped his own lyrics without no assistance, no auto-tune, like wasn't nobody doing anything like that, you feel me? So I was able to encounter him in his element. He wasn't over mingling with people. You know, he wasn't going to no after parties. You know, he wasn't trying to, because a lot of artists and rappers, they want you to wrangle women for them. He wasn't doing any of that. And that's like one of the first rappers I seen really moving like a boss, like an executive, like somebody who carried himself with a certain type of eliteness, a certain type of militant behavior. And that's one reason why I really fell in love with that business. But you know, being a bodyguard though, most rappers don't have money, you know, and most of them don't move like that. And they get you in a lot of weird situations. Shout out to Hov, like, you know. And then he set it up so like the whole security staff got a couple $100 tip at the end of the night on top of what we got paid. So, you know, he on a different level. So people gotta be cognizant of that when you going after him, because what? A lot of these artists, bro, I remember being in the club and some people off the TV show Power come asking us to borrow money. I'm like, hold on, man. Facts, bro. Fact. What's the dude name? Rotimi. The man, I seen his card decline. He come to us. He asked my little brother, he said, hey man, can you buy me a drink? We look like, bro, you can't get a drink? All right, we'll pour you a shot or something, but watch out, man. You feel me? Like we paid $800 for this bottle in this MF and club, man. You on a TV show.
Okay, so Rotimi goes and he's trying to get you guys to hook him up with some drinks, man. That's crazy.
That's facts, bro. And what's the dude name? The guy who played Ghost?
Omari Hardwick.
Yeah, he was under the same act. He under the same thing. I'm looking like, man, we got LeBron in the club. We got Kyrie. We got other superstars in there. We was in Cleveland for this. It's like 2016. For sure, they definitely asking for help in the club. I'm looking like, damn. But then you would see him come out and say, a guy Omari come out and say he wasn't making a lot of money. And man, I can see it.
Now, do you think he was doing it because he felt privileged, or do you think he was doing it because he just didn't have it?
I feel like if he was feeling privileged, he would have asked the other celebrity guys. He come asking me and the guys, like, that's more risky than anything to me. Like, man, what? But we had seen the one guy, the singer dude, we seen his card get declined. The waitress come say, this you guys' friend? Like, we don't know him. We kept it player though. Gave him a couple little shots. Then he gonna say, I don't drink this. Man, watch out. Gave him a Corona after that on bro. He had to drink the Corona. But sure.
What was Omari like in the club?
He was freestyling like Orlando Brown.
What do you mean freestyling? Like rapping?
Yes, bro. Like he bro, he was freestyling up like Orlando Brown to everybody in the club. I'm looking like, man, you can't make this type of shit up. But I saw that. I seen these things. Seen it. For sure. I saw that.
I would not have expected to see him rapping, bro, and freestyling or doing anything like that in the club. I didn't know was he good?
He had he had decent bars.
Okay, I mean, did the crowd like it?
No. He was rapping to us, like not to the crowd. Like he in the section rapping to me and the guys.
Oh,
Like as the loud music playing, like he's standing on the couch freestyling in your ear. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude, what we doing in here, man? Like, what's going on? Like, go to the studio, bro. I can't give you a record deal, man. You got the show with 50. Go rap to him. He ain't want to rap to him though. He's rapping to us for sure. Seen it.
Damn. Okay.
That's a fact, bro.
So you said this was around 2016, so Power was pretty big at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, how did the crowd react to him? Like, were they hyped to see him, or like, what was the vibe like?
People was definitely hyped to see him. People asking for pictures and stuff like that. But, you know, and they kind of short guys too, though. I remember Channing Frye was standing next to me. He played for the Cavaliers. He was standing next to me. So, like, he had to stand on the couch in order to, like, be visible. Because, like, you know, they were all athletes and stuff like that. And then me and my brother, I'm 6'6", he's 6'4". You know, my cousin, kid 6'7". So, you know, they kind of got drowned out in there, too. Because, like, this is around the time Cavaliers was winning championships. They lit. So, like, people was happy to see them, but they was really there to see the Cavaliers, though.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the dude Omari got a song with Dave East.
Does he?
Yup. And Anthony Hamilton, the singer dude.
There it is, right there, 3 years ago. Omari Hardwick featuring Dave East and a couple other guys I don't know. Pain is Power. Got 154,000 views.
Oh, bro. Wyclef Jean, too, I think.
Okay. Let's see what he's working with. Let's go to his channel.
Gotta check him out.
One of the things that's going on, man, with Jay-Z and Diddy is Jay-Z's lawyer came out and said Diddy and Jay-Z are not friends.
That's a real lawyer. You ain't finna come out and speak about somebody who's just settled with your client already. You feel me? You want to try to distance yourself from the person under scrutiny to protect your image. You know? But every Rock Nation lunch and all of that, you see food there. So I can't tell you who his friends is and who his friends aren't. But to combat a smear campaign, you got to kind of deflect. To see them coming after Cassie again in the whole women empowerment era after she's already settled is egregious, asinine, astonishing, spooky, man.
A lot of people are saying Jay-Z's a snake for not standing by Diddy or not, for trying to distance himself from Diddy when, I mean, I think it's pretty apparent that they had somewhat of a pretty good relationship.
Clearly they did. But at the same time, though, man, at the upper echelon of society, there's a different rule of collaboration, different rules of organization, different ways that they go about things. Like, loyalty can be affected by threat to monetary value and threat to your income. So, we seen him have a note that he wrote himself in response to those allegations, We ain't see that from Diddy. We didn't see that from anybody else. We only saw that from him. And then at the same time, you know, I think a lot of that footage people are showing with him and Combs is a few years old. So, you know, it's easy for them to say they're not friends, especially, you know, a search warrant on cell phone records. You don't see no conversations with them. I believe he that smart to be that strategic. Because, like, these guys be knowing about each other, man. They be knowing the illicit activities that each other partake in. It ain't no surprise. I'm sure, because there was some information I was given a few months ago saying that possibly one of his properties in Malibu was raided. Because, you know, I know some people that's neighbors to that property. They was telling me that. I don't feel like they would lie to me. You know, these people are forensic psychologists and doctors and stuff like that. I don't think they would lie to me about that. So, you know, then at the same time, we don't know if he got one of them target letters. He could have. You always want to try to get out in front of these type of things. Like, you don't want to be behind the 8 ball on that. And if you look at this guy's career, he get out in front of stuff for sure.
Let me reframe this for everybody. If you knew somebody and you were friends with somebody for like 30 years, and then you come to find out they're doing all this egregious and just disgusting behavior behind the scenes, it would be real easy to say, we were never really friends.
Yeah.
Because if I would have known about that shit, I would have never been friends with you.
For sure. You know, it's real easy to say someone's not my friend, there's a business associate. That's real easy. You feel me? Because usually married guys are friends with other married guys. I don't think Combs is married and walking around carrying it like that. You know, we didn't see Diddy's people put out any information saying that they are friends. We didn't see that either. And then who can really even say that they friends? You're not hanging with these dudes. You're not going to the brunches with them. You really only see Jay-Z publicly at a paid appearance or when he doing Rock Nation lunches or political stuff like that. Other than that, you ain't even see him at the Kamala Harris campaign. His wife was there. You ain't see him there. And they say he got a son, don't they? Say he got a son?
Who got the son?
They say Jay-Z got a son with Beyonce?
No, this son is a grown man that's like 30 that's coming out and saying that Jay-Z is his dad and that him and his mom hooked up back in the day and that he just wants a relationship with his dad and that Jay-Z won't take a DNA test.
Don't you gotta take a DNA test by law? They make you force it in court?
I don't know. You know, imagine if you were Jay-Z, how many women might try to say, hey, I need a DNA test. This kid might be yours. You know, I mean, for a normal person, I would think so. But for, you know, maybe someone like Jay-Z, maybe it's a little more difficult. I don't know.
Drake had to take a paternity test ordered by law before.
Yes, for his kid.
Wait a
I remember
second.
seeing that.
They say he got a son named Sir Carter. Oh yeah, he got a son with Beyonce apparently. Wow. See, this a mysterious dude, man. This a mysterious dude.
Oh yeah, they do have a son. You're right. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were talking about the son. Okay, I thought you were talking about the son that just came out.
Damn. A lot of people didn't even know he had a son named Sir Carter. The alleged son, I didn't even really know about that. I seen a little bit about it, but bro, working in my field, I have seen guys take so many paternity tests ordered by courts of law, 0% chance when the paperwork come out. I just feel like, man, horny guys finish last every time. That's just how I feel, bro. I just seen it so many times. Could you imagine paying $2,500 a week on child support?
Bro, in California, one kid costs you 25% of your income, bro.
Whew.
Can you imagine if you're making like, $200,000 a month and you got to give $50,000 to some chick, bro? Like what kid could take this much money to take care of? I don't get it.
Damn. Man, I seen a
That's one kid.
guy,
The second, if you have two kids, it's 40%.
but that's outlandish. So
That's
almost half of your
crazy.
income is gone.
Right. It's a percentage thing, but there should also be a cap on because kids don't require $50,000 a month, bro.
Right, and then
That's crazy.
females are moved to California just for that. Damn,
Oh,
they coming for
damn.
that cheese.
Sure are, man. Okay, so the woman in Jay Z's case can keep her identity sealed, man. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's only right, just like the Zest monsters and the clowns who hit me up saying, "Oh, post the children you saved, post the ladies who you saved." What? Why you want to see kids, man? Also, oh yeah, let me go to these people's house who've been traumatized and make them come on the internet. Man, watch out, bro. Like, I just feel like, bro, people have to learn how to respect some form of privacy. Because if that lady was to come out and people saw her face, she would come under the largest amount of scrutiny that she's ever seen. The smear campaigns and the efforts to discredit her would be insurmountable. So I support that because, bro, a lot of people just don't have the mental wherewithal to survive an internet onslaught. They just don't have it.
You're talking about not just Jay Z's fans, but you're talking Beyonce's
The
fans.
beehive coming for you.
The Beehive is coming, and they are ruthless,
They
bro.
they some savages. They'll pull up at your crib with signs.
Right.
Liar. They finna come out. Some of them gonna sue you.
Mm-hmm.
But I done
Remember
seen
that they went after that lady when I think she gave Jay Z a hug at a basketball game, dog,
some
and
of the
they were just on her, bro. It was wild.
vultures, and then some of the fans sued the lady. Think about that. Your fans suing people for you.
It's nuts.
Outlandish activity, man. That's why, we gotta do something, man. We gotta try to restore some form of order out here, cause I seen a grown man say, post some of the kids. I'm like, why? Why you want to see them, bro? Like, what's going on with that? Give me a little creepy vibe. I kind of wanted to push up on them, slap them or something, but try to keep it peaceful out here, man. A lot of weirdos on this internet.
Doing all your bodyguarding. Have you ever worked with LeBron?
Bro, I only seen LeBron. I had one opportunity to work at one of his events, but I don't really like working with dudes, bro, especially athlete dudes. You feel me? So like I turned it down. Uh, Whenever I seen him, man, he be in and out. Pause. He be in the situation, he get out of there quick. I don't ever really see him stick around too long. I see some of the little whispers going around, people saying he having legal trouble right now, and he in some of these Diddy tapes and stuff like that. You know, I don't think there's any credence to that, simply because, but we talking about LeBron, bro, King James, man, 66,000 minutes played. We talking about somebody who's been a career philanthropist. Not even a DUI, not one arrest. People saying he could run for president. We seeing somebody who then maneuvered almost perfectly sent an 18-year-old to a 40-year-old man with children and a wife and made $1 billion so far being an athlete. So, you know, like I say, only the elite, the top tier thinkers and the people who know that what they're doing is just not about them, get that far unblemished. It's going to be hard to add a blemish to LeBron, man. I'll be seeing what's going on. People be hitting me up, asking me stuff, but I done seen the man. I done been at some parties that was lit. Like, damn, I wish I wasn't working. LeBron leaving. He sipped a glass of wine, maybe a little tequila, gone. Next thing you know, he back up in the morning for Taco Tuesday. Facts.
Well, okay, so academics has gotten, you know, a lot of backlash lately. He's coming out and he said that he's talked to, you know, people in Canada, and, you know, he's coming out and, you know, people are mad at him about this, you know, but they're saying that LeBron, when he would link up with Drake, the Drake would help him cheat on his wife.
Gam, we are living in a day and age where everybody is going to pull out that. You can be drowning in a lake. They're going to pull the phone out and say, oh my God, he's drowning. Not going to come help you. Not going to call 911. They pulling that phone out. You think LeBron James can be out with some women dressed scantily clad on a 2-man with Drake and nobody is going to see that?
Okay, so let me add to that a little bit, bro. Because the way you're saying it, no. But the way they're saying it, possibly. Because I believe they're saying LeBron would go to Drake's house. So I seen an interview with Bow Wow before where he said that you ain't coming in his house with a phone.
Nope.
And that you need to drop your phone off at the door and they got a bag for it.
Fact.
And you're not bringing it. So, you know, if you're going to Drake's house and you're going to party, you're not bringing a phone in there, bro.
The only person we have seen come out in LeBron's entire career and accuse him of any of these type of allegations was a WNBA player who is no longer in the league, who became mentally unhinged. She said that LeBron was trafficking her, said he had her in the locker room while he at the game and all type of stuff. Like, you know, he knows what he has. Well, I seen an NBA player's father say he knows what he has. If he wants to lose it over this, he will. That man 40. You don't get to 40 being an NBA player, bro, not even a DUI, bro, not even a picture of him smoking weed, bro, he drinking wine. And like the little messages from Drake to whoever they was talking to, like Drake didn't say he was cheating on Savannah. He said that's what you trying to do is like saying LeBron cheating on Savannah. Like, they doing weird stuff with this internet, man. Like, to get these streams, we might see somebody actually set themselves on fire soon and just die on a live stream just to get them streams. We might see that. We might see a guy dive in shark-infested waters with a waterproof camera soon, bro. They doing anything to get those numbers up, bro.
They're saying that academics is crashing out for Drake.
That's his boy. He love him. That's his boy. I think he cried when that Not Like Us song came out. Would you cry?
Okay.
Would you cry if your favorite rapper got this?
No.
So that's how emotionally involved these immigrant guys are, man. So, you know, because this don't exist where they from. You feel me? So that's why they so enamored by this. Academics was supposed to be a mathematical biologist. He started making the videos about the war in Chirac. Because where he come from, he never seen nothing like this. Look at the guy Flacco. Look at academics. Look at the guy Myron. What do they all got in common? Immigrants.
Do you think LeBron has a case to sue academics?
Yeah. That's an easy defamation lawsuit. And a lot of celebrities don't sue because of the constant legal strain, the constant financial strain because of that. But bro, he got several entities that he owns. I know he's paying retainers for lawyers for years at a time, you know. And then you gotta understand something, you know, like LeBron look up to Hov. So, you know, I'm sure they didn't pick each other's brain before, pause. So, you know, you gotta be careful. Cause these streamer guys be feeling like they untouchable. Ain't nobody gonna pop up to your crib and smoke you. Because we don't see streamers get smoked. We don't see YouTubers get smoked. The only YouTuber we even seen get hands put on them is the dude who was playing with American Cholo. Other than that, we have never seen it. But how do you get them? Them lawsuits gonna get you. What Drake do? I'm finna sue. Federal lawsuit. I'm finna sue. That's how you hit people, bro. You gotta hit that pocket to humble them. You know, rappers will look soft if they sue a blogger. So they're not gonna do it. But an athlete, okay. Hit you with a 10 million defamation, you're gonna retract everything. Piers Morgan got that cease and desist. Oh, bring the interview down. Oh, I'm sorry, he apologized. We don't never see none of them dudes apologize. They go on there smearing people. He apologized, bro.
They're saying all this because LeBron danced to a song that hurt Drake's feelings.
Bro, that's why academics pissed off. That's why Drake pissed off. They mad. And you know, like I said, I called academics. I'm like, bro, somebody is coming to me with some information Drake might want. He said, what is it? I told him, he never responded back. He never responded back. So it's like, you know, they pick and choose what they want to deal with. Because the information I got, if Drake had that, whew, and I got receipts. I even reached out to Adam 22. You know what I'm saying? My manager, Brian Cooper, he called academics. I told Adam 22 what I got. You feel me? Adam said, look, I'll reach out to Drake. You feel me? I ain't heard nothing back about it, but look, there's stuff floating around out there, man. You know. Keep your eyes up. Be aware.
How much did they want for this information?
100,000. 100,000 bucks.
Now, just on your opinion, what do you think the reason why they didn't pick up on this information?
I feel like there's a couple people who mad that I won't like interact with them. So like they go around telling certain people not to deal with me. For sure. Shout out Alex Miller Credit Repair too. My boy is helping us with the colony.life. I want all my colony members. We gonna line a special up for everybody. We're gonna get everybody credit fixed for the colony land initiative we got. Hit up Alex Miller Credit Repair on Instagram, and we gonna do some good things, man. We building a safe haven for victims of SA, victims of trafficking, and people who want to live in a self-sustaining community. So I want to throw that in there right there, because this interview gonna be controversial for sure. So you know, Cause it's just I got receipts, man. Some information for that Drake if he saw it. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. One of his main ops got some real information on him. So with receipts.
You know, one of the things that you sent me a while back, but we never actually had a chance to put out, man. You sent me a threat assessment video.
Absolutely.
So can you kind of break down from the beginning, like, you know, in the video, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put a little clip of the video in the interview, but you know what I'm saying? What led up to that video? What happened before that video? Before you shot that video?
Right. So before that video, received the email from a gentleman who was concerned about two of his loved ones that had disappeared, and he had information that they are being sexually trafficked. So I told him, well, if you're serious, you know, we have a service that we offer. We call it doing a retrieval. The first step to that process is doing a threat assessment. He drove from across the country about 10 hours, came and met up with us. He paid his money. And after we seen his receipts, we took the job. So what in the video, you're going to see my right-hand man, Durk. We in the room, we call it the war room, where we prep and we have all of our meetings at. You know, before we take on somebody, you know, we got to do a proper search, because sometimes we'll come across people who are mentally unhinged. We'll come across people who actually are upset that we foiled their business, and they'll come as if like they want to get a retrieval done, and they actually come and try to assassinate one of us. So, you know, we got to properly mitigate risk, you got to have certain protocols involved. You're going to see in the video, he gets searched. We inform him it's a standard procedure. You know, once it's searched, we shake hands with him, you know, welcome to the team. We break down the information. We be able to track these people down to a location. And next video you're going to see, we actually go do a retrieval. We get the principal off the X, and we can do the unite. A unite is when you bring these people who have been missing, trafficked, taken back to their family. And you never forget them smiles you see. And like that joyous moment when people know it's over. I'm back home. So, you know, and people always ask, oh, is this real? And do you have any receipts for this? You know, we got them. We got them for sure. And that's just one of many.
Everything in your pocket, put it on the table. What's that, knife?
Yeah,
Slap that on there.
Be on camera.
All right, no, that's good.
Take your shoes off.
And then,
And your socks.
yep, and then power that phone on.
Give me your shoes.
This is standard. We do this with everybody.
Alright,
You want to get the job done?
sorry.
Step over there. Hands up. Get that way. All right, clip.
All right. Okay. Give you a second, get your stuff back together. We go into this part of the conversation, we power off all devices. And you're gonna see the energy in the room change now that you've been checked.
Good.
Now we can smile at you and treat you like one of us now. Well, Durk always like this. So.
Gotta have somebody paying attention.
Yeah, this the top level, bro. We the best of the best. We've been doing this probably about
13 years now.
Probably seen shit.
Definitely seen a lot of things. Returned a lot of people home.
I was curious if that happens a lot.
Oh, whenever we take on a new client, we don't make promises, but we do a proper threat assessment and risk mitigation. We do an investigation and on the person who contacts us. And if we believe we cannot help you, we don't take the job. So,
That's respectful, though.
I want to shake your hand now. Welcome aboard. Okay. All right. First and foremost, I want to ask you this. When it comes to these two ladies, you mentioned to me that you took certain things in your own hand to try to retrieve them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I see guys do that, is that phone powered off?
Yeah.
So whenever I see people do that, I always take an extra interest because you're putting yourself at risk. And a guy that's not afraid to die, I always admire that. You feel me?
Appreciate that.
So,
that actually feels really, really good because, yeah, it's been some tough times there.
Now, in this video, saying that we're going to put out, what is like some key takeaways from it?
Key takeaways is how thoroughly my team operates when it comes to vetting somebody. How thoroughly we operate to make sure once you come into our office, you're not a threat to anybody in that office. Also, we don't want our conversations being recorded because there have been situations where our enemies have tried to conduct surveillance on us to try to find weaknesses in our operation to how they can try to discredit or harm one of us. And, when we drop part 2, people are really going to see how in-depth we go into an investigation to actually locate a person, get proof of life, get visual confirmation, and then we prepare to try to actively retrieve them. So stay tuned for that because it's definitely coming.
That's what it is. Okay. We'll be looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going down. Human trafficking is a $150 billion a year business. You can sell drugs once. You can sell a person over and over and over. And once a person is burned out, they usually murder them and then sell their organs. It's an evil world we operate in. Protect women and children. Denounce violence against women and children. Fight the good fight.
Cameron and Jim Jones have been having this, this back and forth they got going on, man. And 50 decides to jump into it, and when he jumps into it, he calls Jim Jones individual number 1, and now this comes from the 9 Trey Bloods indictment. This is the moniker that they used, because he was caught on wiretap talking about super violating Tekashi's security, man, And a lot of people say, well, how do you get caught on wiretap and not get indicted?
Right. I'm gonna be honest about this. There's always been a little turmoil between these two groups, G-Unit and Dipset, 50 Cam. I believe that there may be a versus coming because the company versus has been up for sale for a little while. Somebody purchased it, but they're not saying who purchased it. What would be the biggest versus ever? G-Unit, Dipset. I feel like something along those lines is coming. It's good to see 50 and Cam being cordial. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Cameron called Jim Jones a fan is crazy. But when Hell Rail got beat up and stuff happened to him, Cameron came and said he could take karate classes. That video went viral, and these guys have been on the forefront of hip hop and media and culture for a long time. And I think it may be hard. It's hard for me to believe that they don't have something coming after this for sure.
So let me go back to the, you know what I'm saying, what they're actually saying, bro. I don't think Jim getting indicted is a big deal. Or not getting indicted is a big deal, as some people might think, bro. Because just because you're on wiretap, you know, you got to convince a whole jury full of people what violate means. And just because we might feel like we know what it means, that don't mean you're going to get, you know, a bunch of white people from the suburbs who don't know anything about the streets, and this is all the information you got against Jim Jones, and that they're going to actually go, oh yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah, you know.
That's a tall order right there. And the feds, they only going to indict you if they know they can get you, bro. They're not indicting you if they think like, oh, we got a 90% chance. No, they want a 100% chance that they're going to get you, not 90.
100% facts, bro. Like, you know your stuff, because it's not like he's on there conspiring to do anything himself. He's not documented as a career criminal. He doesn't have a long criminal rap sheet. He's not on the wiretap saying what he's going to do to 6ix9ine or anything like that. Anything along those lines. And I'm sure they came to talk to him. I'm sure he had to go in for a little meeting or something like that. But like, it's a lot of people who get caught on the wiretap talking to people that they friends as criminals. That don't mean they finna get indicted with them. Because at the end of the day, if Jim Jones would have been on any of that surveillance footage with those guys, then that's a different story. It's not none of that. It's just a conversation. But if you want to draw attention to a big trial, you want to, you know, Jim Jones a legend in Harlem. You feel me? No matter how people try to depict it, like all of the fashion these guys wear now, he was the first one to put that stuff on. He was the first. People didn't know Chrome Hearts was out 20 years ago. He had it on first. So they try to say he the old guy dressing young. No, he just a hip hop hipster dude. You feel me? That's why I say a lot of this internet stuff is revenge of the nerds. Because this is the only time they can say anything to anybody. Because previously to this, nobody would care. Man, you can find that dude, Jim Jones, in his hood 8 days a week, man. You don't see none of them other guys doing that. Shout out to the St. Nicholas Projects, man. That's where he from. Shout out to the whole St. Nicholas, man. Shout out to all of them guys getting money, taking care of their business out there on them graves. People got to stop all this hating, man. The hating going on right now is just diabolical. Like, bro, how you gonna call somebody the old guy who want to dress young when everybody dressing like him? Just because you wasn't alive when he was doing this thing, that don't give you the right to hate.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing, right? Like, if you dressed a certain way, should you change because you get older, or should you just be who you've always been?
If you a sucker at 12, at 21, you won too. If you a soldier at 12, at 21, you still a soldier. Like, who you are don't change because of your age. You got enough money to buy what you want to wear, you gonna wear it. You don't gotta go put on a UPS outfit and then go wear a suit if you don't want to. You financially free, you independent. You wear what you want to wear. Like, half the people hating on him can't afford to wear what he wear on a daily basis. So people gotta stop all this hating, man. Like, this is, cause my thing is, people be talking crazy on the internet, but I take pictures all day, every day. Everywhere I go, somebody, CC, man, you the bodyguard dude, man. Bro, don't nobody say nothing crazy. I get the utmost respect. Nobody plays. And I'm sure some of those people are the same people trying to troll in the comments sometimes. That's why, bro, I don't really be tripping. Like, look, if you really want a problem, I'm not hard to find. But they don't. They hating on Jim. Not 50 and Cam and them, but like people other little bloggers, like they hating. Like 50, Cam and Jim, they're in the same age group. They came from that crazy 90s, 2000 New York era. So they peers. They can do that to each other. That's just how it goes. But like all these other people, man, watch out. Goofballs. Durk season.
One of the things that also happened in hip hop, Quando Rondo turned himself in for a 33-month sentence. And this was kind of crazy, man, because part of the evidence of this case was that he seen an op at the movies. He called one of his homies and said, yo, dude's over here. And because he did that, they're trying to say that like he was one of the leaders. And you got to do 33 months.
Right. Okay. First and foremost, if you're involved in any gangster activities, you shouldn't even really have a phone. And if you do have a phone, you need to be, you just shouldn't have a phone. Like, how many times do we see guys, they left the phone in the car after the hit? If you involved in this, bro, they own that phone. Shouldn't have it at all. So then, you know, the way gang hierarchies work, then how law enforcement work, they know whoever has the money now has the power. He went on there and said the young boy gave him $1 million like 10 times. Your OG in the neighborhood, your big homie don't have that. You on TV, you got music videos out, you got the biggest cars and chains. They gonna look at you as the money source. They go, oh yeah. When you go out of town, you got 10 other Crips with you. They all doing what you saying. You the leader. That's just how it worked, bro. And we see this over and over and over. And people just ignore that. Weird to me.
The fact that they were able to even give him the 33 months, bro.
33 months. But then there was like some little drug charges associated with that too. But like, you know.
Minor shit, bro. Drug charges, dog. 33 months, dog. Yeah.
He copped out. He ain't take it to trial. Had he took it to trial, it could have been different. But he didn't. He copped out to something he felt was light. He said, I'm just going to take this and get back home. A lot of guys aren't familiar with the law. A lot of guys haven't graduated high school. A lot of guys haven't been to college. Most of these guys, when they make a post on Instagram, most of it is misspelled. They don't have correct grammar and diction on anything. They don't have the mental wherewithal to even speak with a lawyer and understand the terms. In his best interest, he's like, you know what, man, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know how they even got me on this. I didn't know he was getting surveilled. I didn't know they had my phone. In his mind, damn, I got all this other shit in my phone. I'm copping out. And that's not the first offer he got to cop out. That's probably the lightest offer he took it.
Damn. Well, you know, one thing that I've seen people make a thing about is Young Boy, Durk, Quando Rondo, and O Block 6 are all in the feds. What's the possibility of these guys running into each other?
Some of them gonna see each other for sure. Because as people start getting moved to different facilities and you get a write-up here, you start gaining points, people gonna run into each other for sure. It's gonna happen. That federal system, you gonna see each other, and then it's race-based. You gonna show up somewhere and they gonna say, oh, that's your op? Not no more. You better let it go. We're gonna roll all of y'all up out of here. You gotta keep that in mind. That's a fact. They gonna see each other for sure.
Man, how crazy would that be like if Quando Rondo and Durk ran into each other, man? It would have to go down right then and there.
I don't know about that. They both Muslims. So now they up in there under the Muslim power structure.
Is Quando Rondo a Muslim too?
Yes.
Damn.
They both Muslims, and in the Quran they say they not supposed to hurt each other. So you got to look into that aspect of it. They all Muslims now. So this just go to show, we all end up together at the end, whether we like it or not, on this path that we decide to take.
The Diddy thing, it seems like it's keep getting worse for Diddy, man. You know, a video of Meek Mill came out where he says, "No Diddy," and everybody's saying Meek Mill is turning his back on Diddy.
I really feel like Meek Mill is a mixture of victim of circumstance and a victim of just being oblivious at times to what's really going on. And they was able to omit his name out of the Lil Rod lawsuit, and his name hasn't come up in this lawsuit either. With that being said, I feel bad for the guy Meek sometimes because like his own words and actions get him caught in the crossfire. So him saying no Diddy now, probably a smart move. Because if you don't say it after all of this other stuff came out, then that make you look more questionable. So shout out to him, man. He's somebody who need a publicist, like PR training or something, man. He made a post say, "Sell TikTok to me." They on the comments roasted him. I'm looking like, damn.
Why were they roasting him? They know he ain't got the money.
Right. And then at the same time, academics is a pocket watcher. You feel me? He got a section on his show called Pocket Watching. So, he'll put out a narrative saying Meek went from making $250K a show to getting 60. But then Meek was saying in a tweet, yeah, before I went independent, I was getting $500,000 a show. I went independent, I ain't got booked for a show in all of this time and this time. Like, hip hop is a game of narratives now. That's why you see certain guys say, you know what, we want him to die. Because if he dies, this narrative stops and now we get the clout. So that's why you see that. That's why I don't even really want no parts with all of these weird dudes in this hip hop space. Like, I'm trying to branch off, do my own thing because, like, people don't fact check, people don't do their homework, they run with any narrative, whoever they worship, and you be thinking like, man, the only way to shut them up, you feel me, is a casket. And then now you get a little Durk. And now you getting the Rico. It's not worth it, man. Stay away from these guys. Because, history was written by the best group of killers. Once you kill a man, now you get to tell that man's story. No border exists without a group of killers. No religion exists without a group of killers. Nothing. Nothing at all. So it's a constant paradox. It's a constant conundrum. It's really a battle between good and evil on a daily basis. It's real.
Damn. Do you think Diddy has any industry friends?
He definitely got industry friends.
Outside of the ones he might have been doing things with.
That's an interesting variable to mention, but I definitely believe he does.
Do you so you don't think that everybody turned their back on him? That some people are still sticking with him behind the scenes?
For sure.
Even though they weren't involved, and they probably think the stuff that he did is disgusting.
For sure. I see people defend him all the time. They don't technically agree with what he do, but I see people stick up for him all the time. Don't mean they agree with all of his actions, because like I always say, man, horny guys finish last, man. I just ain't never seen one who made it through. Because once you reach a certain level, people are always looking for chinks in your armor as it is. You can go your whole life without smoking, without drinking, without getting in a car crash, without shooting nobody, without doing nothing. The only way they can catch you up is financially or over some sexual stuff. Because I was always trained by my homies, my big homies, people I look up to, the way they get you, when you elite, it's either over or money. That's it. Them the only ways they can get you. Everything else, you got on lock. Them the only two variables that you cannot independently control. Because it takes two parties to do that. It takes two parties to do some freaky activity. And most times it takes multiple parties to make a lot of money. To do any type of transaction. Them the only ways they get you. That's why I don't let people tell me how to really live my life. Because at the end of the day, I'm a professional at what I do. And I don't be having the same weaknesses other people have. So, I listen when people tell me, you feel me? I try to digest and apply as I can. But at the end of the day, when I come outside, it's up to me to make sure I make it back to the crib. It's up to me to make sure my mama don't cry. You feel me? So that's why, I'm very careful how I do a lot of things. I never really had no meaningful relationships. I never had no woman pregnant. I didn't think I would live this long. But I always prepared for that. So when it comes down to it, once you open that can of worms, it's hard to close that door. Like any movie you watch, as soon as Pandora's box open, you don't never see it close. I ain't never seen it.
One of the things that's been going viral, Matt, is Kodak Black's Rolling Loud performance. By any chance did you see it?
I see it. I see a little clip of it.
Man, people are saying, he's lost a lot of weight. His face looks like a skeleton, man. In this video, he's walking around like the song he's supposed to be performing, and he's walking around. He looks like he has no interest in being there at all. Like he doesn't want to entertain anybody.
Did you see him on Kai Cenat's stream?
Yes.
There's videos of the man saying he smoked a lot of methamphetamines, man. There's videos of the man saying that he trying to fall back in love with Percocet and promethazine. At the end of the day, drug addiction and mental health is something that people are always going to struggle with inside of entertainment or outside of entertainment. But what I have seen is entertainers have their pick of the best drugs. They have their pick of the highest quantities and amounts of these things. So if you grew up in the pill popping era, your tolerance for things is going to be higher. So what Juice WRLD say to his people? He say, I'm not going to stop popping pills. You feel me? Because he helped them make his music, help them be creative. So when it come down to it, that's the path that he chose. We seen Brick Baby say one day he was high from something and he felt his heart stopping. He had to pour cold water on his genitals to get his heart back moving again. Once people delve down into that path, that's what they like to do. Just like when you see people who living on the street, they chose that lifestyle. They don't want to be up in a crib. They want to be out here living free. That's the path he chose, man. How many people can smoke methamphetamine without having weight loss, without having skin deterioration, without having tooth loss? We never seen it.
They say he's going out like a junkie.
The man said on camera, he is trying to fall back in love with Percocets and promethazine. He's trying to fall back in love with it. And he the man with the money. So you gonna tell him he can't get high? Everybody around him depend on him to get on that stage and make the cheese. Just like Lil Wayne snapped on his people when he was on tour. He said, I'll do this for y'all. Y'all want me to be sober? I'll do this for y'all. What's somebody gonna say?
They say he's getting at least $100,000 to $200,000 a show, bro. And he didn't even touch a mic for the first 2 songs. Motherfuckers is playing songs and he ain't performing, dog. And he's getting paid 100, maybe as much as 200 grand to perform, man.
Damn. 100,000, you don't touch the mic for the first half of the show. You a wild man. You a wild man. Like, you live in a next level stage of freedom. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, I hope that somebody's able to reach him, because you got to be very mentally strong to be able to have a functioning habit without crashing, bro. And this is one of the most luckiest, his string of luck, but he got a presidential pardon before, man. And I know that probably cost about 10 million. So, you know, you don't want to be missing too many of them shows, because you can go from hero to zero fast.
Right? Imagine if you're getting ready to book Kodak and he's telling you, yeah, I want 100 grand, and you're seeing this performance. You're probably going, let me see what else they got going. Let me see who else I can get to do this show.
So, you know, like at Rolling Loud, though, like the way they stack the deck, you know, like the card that they book can probably carry like one artist dropping the ball, but that's definitely gonna slow down like them club bookings, like them appearances. That's gonna slow that down for sure. And then at the same time, you know, they'll find somebody else to headline if you're not gonna get up there and perform. But the problem is, though, the ticket sales happen long before the talent get to that stage. And his star power is so great, Kodak gonna be there. And then, you know, we live in an era where people, it's like the Coliseum. It's like in Roman era. Like, they want to see people self-destruct and destroy. You feel me? They're not gonna offer you no help. They'll buy that ticket to come watch you destroy yourself. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
So are you saying that the fans got entertained?
Absolutely.
Either way.
Absolutely they did. We didn't see
even if it was just seeing him crash out, they got entertained.
Yeah, like a fan and a supporter and somebody who loves you is 3 different things. 3 entirely different things. We didn't see nobody asking for their money back. We ain't see that. We seen all the blogs picked it up. We seen everybody recording it and posting it on their phone. What they say in the movie Gladiator? What Russell Crowe say? Are you not entertained?
Man. I mean, I guess as long as you get your money worth, get right.
For sure.
So, aside from the stuff going on in hip-hop, there's also a lot of stuff going on in the world. You know, a lot of stuff that I notice, you know, people are kind of interested in knowing your thoughts on, and, you know, everything going on. You know, we got these wildfires out in California where I think the number's up to like 12,000 homes have been destroyed. The insurance companies just recently, or within the past year or two, canceled a lot of policies. You know, these are rich guys, so you have to have insurance if you own a home or if you have a mortgage on a home, but a lot of those guys might have actually just owned their property. So they might not have had insurance, you know, but you know, what's your thoughts on the whole situation?
Right. You know, I get a lot of questions about this. Now, in the Amazon rainforest, there are companies who deliberately burn areas to remove indigenous people so they can build there. Its own documents saying that the Olympics is coming to California in 3 years. I got messages from people showing me once their home was burned down, they're getting immediate offers to purchase that land for pennies on the dollar. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Now, fire season happens every year in certain parts. In order to prevent that, you have to hire teams to come in and clean up brush. They used to use inmates to clean up brush. They halted that. But now we see inmates actively fighting the fires. They getting $10 an hour. Normally inmates get 30 cents an hour. Very suspicious. People be asking me, how is it the trees didn't burn down, but the houses did? If you look at history, trees survived Hiroshima and Nagasaki, nuclear bombs. Trees absorb water from the ground and they hold water within their wood. A tree is not firewood. You don't get firewood until you cut the tree down. It's dehydrated. Now that wood can be used for fires. You can't just walk up with a lighter and burn a tree down. So as I look at the whole scale of things, it does look like a land grab to me. And, you know, America is all about your borrowing power. And in order to protect your assets, you have to have insurance. All banks are insured by the FDIC. You don't see them canceling insurance for the banks, but they canceling insurance policies for homes. Very strange. They knew the fires was coming. They knew proper steps wasn't taken. You know, when you see people flying these drones up, wait a second, look at this. Reservoir empty. Fire season is coming. And then they arrest a guy for starting fires. He got 5 active cell phones, a United Nations debit card, and an incendiary device. He's an illegal immigrant. That ain't suspicious to you?
Man, it definitely, a lot of stuff looks weird for sure.
Very suspicious. So, you know, to me, it look like a land grab. For you to call somebody the day after their $9 million house burned down and offer them $750,000 for the land, that's a land grab.
Damn.
Why are reservoirs used to fight fires empty? Why are they flying people in from South Africa and Mexico to help firefighters fight fires? Fire season come every year. That ain't crazy to you? What you think about that, Grant? Hypothetically right now, one of your properties that your family's staying at burns down. Now you know they finna be calling you. Gam, we gotta come stay at the crib. And you probably done paid their insurance for them for a few months. Like, oh, you guys got insurance? And they're gonna put you in an Airbnb or nothing? Or they canceled the insurance policy. What? No fire trucks coming with no water? Reservoirs empty? And fire season comes every year.
And how much is Biden giving them? $750 or something?
$700, bro. And then people get mad that they want the Democrats out of office. Think about that, bro. If you get a call and say, yeah, Gam, look, we got to cancel your insurance policy. Fire season is coming. And then you see the fire coming and you're like, wait a second. You see guys out there trying to actively save their property burning to death. Now, who owns that? You did. That property goes up for auction. Banks gonna buy it for the cheap. Corporations buy it for the cheap. A land grab is a land grab in any city and state, and that's what it looks like to me. You know, you see people like Elon Musk calling Gavin Newsom a scumbag. I always tell people, when you see the rich white dudes calling each other names, you gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch out.
Now, one of the other kind of like creepy, weird thing that's been going on, man, is we've had all these drones, you know, a lot of them over New Jersey, but they kind of been seen damn near everywhere. Nobody really has an answer for what's going on with these things. Like, nobody, like, oh, we just got some drones spying on everybody. Like, Nobody really knows what's going on.
Right. Now, this is where things get hanky. Because if you look at history, what was the epicenter of COVID? New York. The epicenter of the drone incursions, also in New York. Where did they say COVID originated from? China. We seen ex-Green Berets martyr themselves, suicide themselves, release information saying that these drones are part of Chinese anti-gravity propulsion system programs. The United States government shot down a satellite over Argentina. You can see the footage of the satellite going down. Intel people told Tucker Carlson that that satellite was the command center for these drones. Some of these drones are the size of SUVs. They're incurring over military bases, over airports with impunity. China comes out and says, we have disabled the U.S. anti-drone technology program from affecting any of our drones. So the technology we use to land drones didn't work. Because if you try to fly a drone anywhere near a military base, it's only going to go about 2 feet up and then it's going to land. China come out and say we've bypassed that and removed the program to affect any of our drones. The guy who killed himself in Vegas in the Cybertruck, he released information to Sean Ryan saying these drones are being launched from Chinese submarines off the coast. Law enforcement in New Jersey said the Coast Guard witnessed these drones coming up out the water and then going over to the land. What does this mean? To me, this means that they're saying, look, then they showed their new stealth fighters and a new stealth bomber. You saw that?
I seen something like about that. Yep.
They show that. All this means to me is military show of force. We're going to take Taiwan and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what that shows to me. China has a plan by 2050 to be the world's #1 superpower. They poured more concrete and infrastructure in Africa than the entire size of the United States of America.
Man.
I told people the drones is reverse engineered tech from crash UFOs, and it's gotta be China. Who else would want to have a show of force? Who do we have a tug of war with constantly? China. Last year, 40,000 war-age males of Chinese descent crossed the border. When they get to the border, they drop their identification. They got these pamphlets. In the United States of America, we shut down over 100 illegal Chinese police stations. Groups of Chinese hackers are arrested for taking down the Verizon wireless towers, the T-Mobile towers. If you study the art of war and you live the life I live and you watch certain things, clearly there's somebody looking for weaknesses in our system and they found some.
Damn. Okay. Any other topics?
We can leave it at that, brother.
All right. I appreciate you, BH, man. Another dope interview, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on. I'm sure there'll be a lot more stuff going on soon. A lot more to look forward to. I look forward to what you got coming up, your movies, and everything that you're working on, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. But like I said, man, you was the person that helped me kick the door down. Forever grateful for you. I still owe you a steak dinner. I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to pull it off. Even if I got to get you a flight to come out here, bro, I got you. We're going to pull it off. Thankful forever for you, bro. Till next time.
That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.